Where is Kratos right now, and what is the new situation he's dealing with?
Okay, well, this takes place about a third of the way through the game. Kratos is in the outskirts of the town of Olympia, which is this fortified city that's kind of clinging to the base of Mount Olympus. His goal is to find the door of Eos, which is this mystical doorway that's, rumor says, leads to a kind of a backdoor entrance into the palace of Olympus. So he needs to find Helios, who's the sun god, and he needs to get his head, because he can see, if he has the eyes of the god, then maybe he can find his way to this door.
And to do it, he's going to kill a lot of grunts, we see.
A lot of grunts. We got a lot of grunts in this game. It's a fun component that we have because we can do a lot more of them than we could in the past. One of the nice things about them is that they're all kind of randomly generated. They're all, they have specific individual body parts, so no two looks the same. They have different animations. And we can put, like I said, we can put a lot of them on the screen. You can almost use them kind of like ammunition when you're fighting bigger guys. So you can pick them up and throw them at the guys. You can light them on fire and ram them into other guys. And it's a really new fun part of our gameplay.
And there's flaming arrows we also saw.
Yeah, you've got a fire bow this time around, and we're actually use it against these harpies here because you can use the fire bow to agitate them out of a perch mode, and then you can take control of them and kind of rip them apart and
hopefully land
them
on the ledge above.
It's mobile platforming right there.
That's exactly what it is.
Now, when you were talking about the animations of the enemies, I think another thing that is quite remarkable in this game is the animations of Kratos himself. You've actually added in muscle structure to really amplify his sense of strength.
Yeah, we have this feature that's called blended normal maps. It's probably used in quite a few games, but we really kind of put it under the microscope for Kratos. He's got his shirt off the whole game. His legs are bare.
Something for the ladies.
Yeah, so we basically have extreme cases of like flexing, and then we have the other side of it where he's completely unflexed, where he still is pretty buff. And depending on his animations, you'll kind of see his muscles bulge and tear, and his veins pop out, and that kind of thing.
I think it's worth noting that one of the large titans just kind of appeared on the screen. Who is he, and what's his role in the game?
Okay, his name is Perseus. He's the Titan of Destruction, and he's just one of the titans that's along for the ride of this great war that Kratos, at the end of God of War 2, reignited the legendary age-old great war between the gods and the titans. He brought the titans back from the dead and climbed right into battle, took the fight right to Zeus and Mount Olympus.
Because God of War 2 was a cliffhanger.
Right.
Yes, literal right.
It was very much of a cliffhanger, so we're going to pick up the story from it.
Right there, right where Zeus, Kratos is basically staring at Zeus saying, "I'm coming after you." That's where you get the controls.
And so what are some of the technical challenges of having a Kratos be able to interact with these huge beings?
That's a very tough question to answer. Every day, the Titans are the building and designing gameplay on Titans is large. I mean, some of these guys are as tall as skyscrapers in Chicago, like the Sears Tower, and it's a big challenge for our team to kind of design the gameplay on it. Probably the toughest thing of my career so far is coming up with making it more than just walking around at a moving level, and kind of bringing these guys to life and making them feel like they're interacting with you.
And to clarify for some of our viewers, the Titans will become certain levels in the game.
Exactly. The idea is that here we got a guy in the background, and he's dealing with the sun god Helios. And we're always kind of selling that they're around, but there's going to be cases where you're actually on top of these Titans and you're interacting with the environment. It's kind of like when you're on Gaia, the creature Gaia, and she's got a whole force that's built on her. And that force is alive.
Let's just watch this one. This is zipper technology, I believe?
Yes.
Don't.
There it is.
And I thought they were filled with ponies. It's so funny. I had no idea.
And so the weapon they was using there for most of that was not the blades, but the fist.
Yeah, Cestus is one of our new weapons that we're introducing. And the idea here is that we try to make sure that all of the new weapons are just as engaging and elaborate as the blades. So when you do a certain attack with the blades, like square, triangle, you do that with the Cestus, you get a complementary but equally devastating attack. The Cestus are more like boxing gloves. He actually changes his stance. He hops around a little bit like a boxer.
And so we're going to see right now, we're going to see a mini boss.
Yes. This is the Chimera. Expect to see it multiple times in the game. It's half goat, half lion, half snake. It fights in different stances. Right now it's in the snake stance. So Kratos' first goal is to kind of remove the snake from the rest of the body. Now you can see that the lion's eyes are glowing, and that's who's in charge of the body right now. So once again, Todd's using the cestus and kind of like just balling it out against his.
Now, how was he moving so quickly between the Blades of Chaos and the cestus?
It's actually just one button click where you right on the D-pad gives you the cestus and down is the blades. So anytime you want to, you can just switch on the fly.
Now, does that increase the kind of types of combos because you can bring in another weapon so elegantly into the with the Blades of Chaos?
Absolutely, and expect to see more weapons and expect to see enemies kind of change their tactics. And some weapons are going to be better against certain enemies. The cestus works really good against this guy.
So it looks like actually Helios is starting to agitate the Titan right there. What's Kratos attempting to do with the
he's going to throw assist to the Titan right here and kind of knock Helios' chariot off course. It's very nice how it just kind of lands in the Titan's hand there.
He's a good cat. He's a good catcher.
Yeah, if I needed like a backup sidekick, I'd pick a Titan as well. He definitely knows how to make the right friends.
So now Helios is in another part of the game, in gameplay world. That's Kratos' next goal, is to get to Helios. And you can see Titan's got something better to do.
Okay, so right now, what is our goal right now? We've gotten Helios' chariot into another part of the level, so now we're going to go for that.
Right, so part of that involves taking control of these harpies once again. This is our biggest harpy challenge that we have in the demo. Before it was kind of a training mode, so once again, Kratos is doing it in the only way he knows how, and that's the most brutal fashion.
So while he's holding on to them, he's still killing them. Does that kind of give you a limited amount of time to use the harpy?
Basically, they can take three stabs from Kratos, and then they kind of peter out.
Well, and then he rips their wings off. That doesn't really help either.
Yeah, it doesn't help, but he always has to finish off his enemy.
Okay, so right now we're dispatching some grunts.
Now, in terms of the grunts, as you were saying earlier, that you can kind of use them as ammo, as if you set them on fire, they'll light other ones on fire.
I think we'll have a really good example of that right here that we can watch.
Now, does this become kind of a necessary way to deal with the number of enemies you're going to start throwing on screen?
It's not necessary. I mean, you can always...
Yeah.
Oh, that was,
pretty nice.
You can always take guys down one at a time, but it's just another option, and that's the biggest thing, is we just want to give the player options. And you're going to play the way that you like to play it, and I'm going to play it the way that I like to play it, and that's kind of something that we've always been proud of with God of War.
As well, you also see picking up a guy and using him kind of as a battering ram for other enemies.
Exactly, just another option.
And right here we have an innocent civilian.
So
he didn't make it.
Apparently, people
he
are
did
filled
something
with
bad
health.
at some point.
He got in Kratos' way.
Yeah.
but so is this an alternate way of getting health in the game? Is to kill innocent civilians?
It's a way that you can get health. It's a during certain battles and stuff, we'll have civilians running around, and other than just using chests, you can take a civilian out and get health.
So it looks like Helios is right there.
Yep, that's Helios.
And it looks like he didn't do too well from his fall.
No, he's in bad shape. So the Army of Olympus has been sent in to protect him. So these are our shield grunts, and now God of War 3, they can perform a phalanx, a protective phalanx. And Kratos can't break it, so he's going to have to find a different way.
Now, the Cyclops isn't his friend right now.
No.
Well, he's never Kratos' friend.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I'm a little terrified.
I know, I'm just trying to transfix what's about to happen here. Okay, so this is definitely a new element in the game.
Yeah. We've got full control of these riders.
That's right.
And Right now, 1-to-1, you know, when you press square or triangle, just like with Kratos, you're controlling the Cyclops, you're moving around with the left stick, and you're just clearing everything out. You can see the Cyclops, the shields that, the enchanted shields that the army had were no match to the Cyclops. Kratos is done with him, just like the Harpies. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but Kratos is getting bloodier. So
he's actually picking up the blood from the enemies?
Yeah, and and that move he got covered in blood. And over time it'll fade out. So
I don't know. I think your attention to detail might warrant putting you guys on an FBI watch list or something. Like, he doesn't just want Helios, he wants his head.
He just wants his head. Is this what I'm getting from that?
All right, so now he has the head, and this is now going to allow him access.
Exactly. This is his latest upgrade.
It looks like, he just used Helios' head to go through the doors. He's now inside Mount Olympus.
And he seems to be lighting up these grunts here.
Yeah, well, it's actually a headlight. So,
of course it is.
Nature's headlight is the head of a god.
So he can stun the enemies with it. They'll take on the kind of glow aura for a while, and then you can switch to your weapons. So you have this back and forth gameplay with it.
Yeah, and it gets pretty dark in there without the head.
Yep, pitch black.
So does the use of the head to illuminate things become kind of an ongoing gameplay element, through God of War 3?
Yeah, so there's the illuminating portion, there's the kind of attack ability that you can stun enemies with it, and there's also the fact that you can find secrets, just like we found the Helios door, the door of Eos earlier. You can reveal secrets with the head.
So I guess it's safe to say that there will be secrets and secret areas that we've seen in the previous God of War games in this.
And so right now, where are we?
Okay, so Mount Olympus has these vertical channels that kind of go through it, and Kratos can use these. They have these kind of currents, these wind currents, and he can use them as vents to do quick travel moments. So now he's going through one of these vents, and of course it's not going to be easy. I mean, it's a kind of a dodging flight gameplay sequence.
Easy in God of War never have been used much, in the same sense from me. This is an excellent moment to point out one thing that should have been obvious when we watched this demo. Scale is a big thing for you guys. And big is kind of the ongoing theme in God of War 3.
Yes, and it's always been one of our hallmarks. This time we're really cranking it up. We've got the giant titans, and also just our basic environments. This sequence here, you're going like miles.
Yeah,
and we're leveraging a lot of the tech and the gameplay features that went into Pegasus from God of War 2 to make this.